Time now for your kids. As spring break is coming to a close, we want to make sure that those young minds are engaged so they're ready to go back to school. And to tell us a little bit more about how we can achieve that, we have Alexis Yielder from Oxford Learning Centre. So let's plan. The kids have been having a nice time off of school. The important thing to keep them motivated, keep their mind sharp, is routine, correct?
Absolutely. Once you leave the routine, it's very hard to get back on.
So what sorts of things do we need to build into the routine? Are we talking like sitting at home and doing homework, going through all of your textbooks and working ahead to what's coming up next, or could it be a little more fun than that?
I think it can be a little bit more fun than that. It's also a question of being age appropriate, right? I think probably the high school students generally are trying to do a little bit of that, like not excessively, but you can still have fun, especially at the younger ages. Games and reading and that sort of thing are probably a better approach.
Well, let's talk games for a second, because we have some things that might be lying around the house that we could use to engage the kids, help them learn, and have fun that we maybe not are even thinking of. So you have a pretty neat game that we can do with just a deck of cards, right?
Yep. For the younger kids, those that are working on addition, all you have to do is I'll deal, let's say that you're however old, is called War. I'll give you 2 cards. Typically War is played with 1 card, but here's 2 cards. Add them up.
So I've got a 6 and a 3, so I've got 9, and you've got a 9 and a 4, so you've got 13. So what happens? Who's winning this round?
I win.
Oh, so you take the cards?
I take the cards. I get all of the cards, but so maybe you'll do better.
As we're dealing out the cards to the kids, and I think I should have shuffled the deck because you just got 2 jacks again, so you keep on winning this round of the game. But I guess the idea is to think really quick, kind of shout out the sum of the cards so that the kids are having fun, they're engaged, it's a high pass game, they're doing that quick mental math.
Yeah, they're doing, well, it's not always necessarily quick at first, but it seems quick to them.
Okay, we're building up to that. Now, when we're talking about the games that we could be playing, we're not talking about, I love Monopoly, so let's keep on playing Monopoly. You said if we sort of change up to do games that maybe we're not used to, that's going to engage a different part of our mind, and you've brought something very interesting for us today.
Yeah, this is an old game. It's called Pick-Up Sticks, and I think I've read books that refer to it in the 1800s and probably earlier.
So if it's been around that long, you know that this must work really, really well. We've got a whole rainbow of sticks here.
Yeah.
And what's the premise behind this game?
You throw them down.
Okay.
And the notion is that you have to pick them up without moving the rest of them.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's easy enough to pick up this one, and I think I can get this one out of the way without disturbing any other thing.
So a bit of game of strategy and puzzle. So I'm allowed to just pick right off the, okay,
yeah.
I just knocked over the whole pile. I am the bull in the china shop. So
well, we could build up your fine motor skill with this.
Okay, well this is good. So we're not just stimulating the brain, we're stimulating our hand-eye coordination. We're just about out of time, so let's pick one more thing. What's another way to engage those minds so that they're in that learning routine as they go back to school?
Well, in addition to everything else, the games are great, but you also want to encourage reading. Reading is educational on its own. Kids are always a little bit ahead of the game when they've read, but you could also realize that it's a way of increasing vocabulary, and a stronger vocabulary is a better understanding of certainly the classroom, but also the world.
Great, so a lot of good ideas, and we'll tie it all back to that routine. Build in some time for the kids to veg out, but make sure that there's definite times for them to be doing something productive and engaging as well, correct?
Exactly, yeah.
All right, well thank you so much for those great ideas for your kids. Taking a quick break here on Breakfast Television, but more to come later today on City.